Tapuin mo magazine! Diri sa Rizzayo!
Is this a purse? No, and in fact, I don't know you. Right here, we have the ZEV/Magpul FDP, the folding defensive platform. This is a very interesting little gun, and in many ways, is it a Glock inside a plastic chassis? Well, yes it is, but it has many more great things about it. We're never gonna pull punches, and we're gonna show you everything that we like about it, that we don't like about it. Today on Garand, we'll be talking about the ZEV/Magpul FDP, and I guess we'll go ahead and go for a nice walk. And of course, before we get into it, we have to talk about our sponsors. Now, the biggest sponsor of the channel is Primary Arms. You know, whether you want optics, in fact, an amazing optic made in America, the HTX1, or whether you want some great LPDOs, or whether you just want to scour the mountains and try to look for their little place where the little gnomes make all their optics, somewhere out here, go check out Primary Arms. We love them, and they're pretty amazing for sponsoring us for so long. And of course, if you're looking for a great rifle that is a great balance of both performance and cost, you have Bravo Company USA. In fact, they are what we typically recommend for most beginners to start with for a good duty grade rifle. They are incredible, they're well proven, and beyond that, you know, Paul's just cool, and he runs BCM, and he's just the coolest guy. He is the coolest guy in the world, isn't he? You have to nod your head. Thank you. Okay, point is, BCM, we love them. And if you're looking to get a great gaming PC, do you want to die to a 13-year-old even though you're playing Battlefield 6 at over 280 frames per second? Well, Zydex Computers will help you out, and their owner loves machines. We have to bleep out that word, but he loves guns. Point is, so what you need to tell Zydex is, I too would like to die to sweaty 13-year-olds on Battlefield 6 because, you know, you're old now. And of course, guys, all ammunition is provided for by Last Shot Arizona. It's not a bulk ammo provider, but they have all that great defensive ammunition. Go check them out. TSX and way more. Love them. And just say, you know what? I love Arizona. You know, that heat probably keeps that ammo nice and preserved. So a big thank you to them. With all that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the ZEV/Magpul FDP. Now, you may be saying to yourself, Mike, I'm very familiar with the FDP. I played Modern Warfare. But you might say, Mike, why are you wearing a Russian outfit from Modern Warfare 2? Because this was featured in Modern Warfare 3. That's a great question, and we don't have an answer to you at this moment other than to say that, well, drip is everything. And that's all that matters. But we do have the guys from ZEV out here with us today, so we'll be talking to them and asking some questions. But let's go over what it is and what it isn't. So first off, it's a fairly simple concept. If you remember this from back in the day, Magpul kind of made this as like a cool little prototype, like, hey, you can walk your dog with this, a little flashlight right there, the flashlight gun, right? And you know, bad guy shows up and you just pop it open, and you know, suddenly they're eating 124 grain gold dots. But that's life. How is it nowadays? So Magpul is making this chassis right here, and ZEV is providing the internals. If you don't know anything about ZEV, guys, they make probably among the best Glock kind of offshoots possible. Their OC9 is just incredible. So what we have here is we have an OC9 internal, all the Glock parts, incredible trigger, and we have a 7 and a little bit of change barrel right here. You can see this one's also threaded as well if you want to throw a suppressor on there. Now, you will need a Nielsen device depending on the suppressor because it is still essentially a pistol in there. Now, it's a very cool concept. We're very excited to show you guys how it actually functions, how it feels to shoot. Now, the question is it worth it? Well, we're going to talk about that today, but essentially what you have is you have a firearm that folds into something that doesn't exactly look like a firearm. And in addition to that, it also gets pretty compact. It's a very handy little package for a pistol caliber carbine. So yes, I do think there's a point to it. Also with new triggers that let you fire really fast, you know. I think it's really, really interesting. It's also very comfortable. But let's go ahead. Let's do some shooting because that is what you guys are here to see. So what we'll start with is some good old build drills here. And we also have Preston. Come on in here, Preston. Preston's always here. Preston, what's your background, buddy?
High school graduate.
Okay, Preston is in the National Guard. He shoots a bunch because he hangs out with us all day. So he's going to be here also to show you some of the concealed carry options when it comes to the FDP, and just to provide a point of reference also because we just like making fun of Preston because he's an easy target. He's young. He can't shoot back at us as quickly. I mean, verbally. To be clear, you can carry with the round in the chamber when it's all folded up. There's actually a safety here. So you can see the safety is right there. Boom, boom. And that works very well. So when you're on the gun, it's very easy to disengage it. You also have the slide release right there. So it's a very simple design with good controls. They are definitely right-handed controls, as a quick note. So for my boy Sawyer over here, we don't care about you being left-handed. I'm left-handed, I shoot right. Why can't you just be like everybody else?
You just don't want to be left-handed, Mike. I don't hear it.
No, I write left-handed. I am left-handed.
No, you're a poser.
What do you I drive a right-handed vehicle with left-handed stick shift.
Oh man, that gun's in your right hand. That's really interesting.
So first off, build drill. That's going to be 6 rounds at 7 yards. Aiming for A zone right here. Actually, let's start with it folded. That'd be kind of fun. Okay, so gun is chambered, ready to go. I'll start with that at my side. Ready. 302. You know, I've never done that before, and that was pretty damn quick, so I'm going to say that was pretty awesome. I had one just outside the line right there. Let me give it one more shot here. So if you take a look at the back of the back strap right here, we have that little button. Just push it up, it'll release the pistol grip. Then go ahead and hit that back button, and you can fold that whole thing right up, and you're ready to go. All right, round 2.
Stand by.
Yep. 289, let's go.
Here we go.
Okay, that one was nice and clean. You check it right there. Shots were nice and clean right in A zone. I'm feeling good about that. That feels nice. You want to try it from concealed carry, or you want to try opening it?
Let me try opening it first.
Biggest thing with the FDP is that you let gravity do the work here. So you just hit the charging handle on either side, and that just releases it. Just let gravity open that thing up, and it's no problem at all. Shooter, are you ready? Stand by. Yeah, you gotta let gravity do the work. Good, 482. So, as you can see, he didn't let gravity do the work, and then he paid the price.
All right, one more run at it.
374. There we go, Preston.
Come on now.
You feel good?
I'm only a second away from you.
Dude, that's a lot of attitude for a guy. Just never mind. Okay, let's take a look at his groups right here. Nice, good groups in Preston. We do give him that. So good shooting, boss. You want to try drawing it out of that thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Now for this, we're also going to have our lovely man from ZEV come over and show us some of this. Come on, Will. Hi, Will.
Oh, hey there.
Will's from ZEV.
I am. From ZEV.
Gosh dang it. Okay, just tell us about the bag.
All right, cool. So this bag we developed in conjunction with Overpass Bags. Our friend Corey helped us out with this.
Oh, I love
So
Corey.
it is literally developed specifically for the FDP folding defensive platform. The FDP drops straight back into here into this back compartment, and then up front you have 2 more compartments. This has 2 cutouts for Glock magazines. This has a spare pouch right here. We have a Spectre 9K suppressor dropped in there. And this has like 2 pistol pouches. It's also hook and loop on the inside too, if you want to stick extra stuff in there like spare mags, cookies, whatever floats your boat. And in this other front pocket, what would you throw in there? Spare ibuprofen, peptides, you know.
Trend.
Yeah. Pre-workout, you never know what you're gonna need on the road, so.
Well, I can't handle you, dude. Get out of here.
If I speak my language though, Trend and peptide.
We're gonna have Preston go ahead and try this out from drawing it from the bag there. Thank you, Will.
You're welcome. I'm just gonna go When you hear that loud bang in the background, you're
Shooter, are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Nice. Good shooting, bud. All right, that's 7.38. So his very first time drawn, and he still got all A zone. A little slow on the draw, just coming out that very first time he didn't zip it all the way. Let's give it another shot there. That was like his first time drawing it too. You got to give it to him. All right, shooter, are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Nice. Good. 516. The point is, sometimes having a bag, you're not always going to have it on you right there, and you have a very capable weapon. Question is, how capable? Well, let's try shooting at a distance. We have a target about 150 right there, so let's see if we can just hit it. So we're going to go ahead and shoot at 150. If I don't make this, well, then I owe sorry, Caterpillar roll. Isn't that right?
Dude, yeah, from Fujiyama.
Well, not too bad at all. You want to try it? It seems about a dead hold on right now, unless I'm like pulling it low and left, which probably possibility.
If you're a real lefty, you would pull it low right.
Just left. 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 Shots are left. Nice. How you feeling?
Well, I'm bad at shooting.
No,
But-
he's not. You saw him with the 50 earlier. Impact. 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 Good shots, buddy. And there's one thing that you can say. If you're going to carry a PCC, you're going to want something that's compact. Previously, you probably looked at like things like the APC 9K Pro or the MP5K. I think this is actually a really good option because, as you can see, we can still engage far with it. And in addition to that, we can still, well, you need to use the little 21 rounders from Magpul, but you can collapse that down with a 21 rounder in there. And like you have a very nice little package as far as a defensive weapon. Now, beyond that, we should also say that, you know, everything doesn't have to be defensive. It's also just fun. And having a fun gun is also okay. Because you remember back in the days, like 2008 Magpul, and they like flipped this out, and you're like, damn, that's so cool. But you couldn't have one because they didn't make them. Well, now because of ZEV and Magpul combining forces, kind of like a mom and a dad would, you have a real gun.
It's no longer the birds and the bees. It's Zeb and Magpul.
with a fixed gender. I don't know. I'm trying to anger that community. It's just coming out naturally. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do a transition. The only transition that we support here on Garand. So we're gonna go left to right. This is basically just seeing how handy the weapon is. A shorter gun is gonna swing a little bit better, and yeah, there's so many terms right now.
Transition, swinging, what the
Gosh. Point is, we're gonna transition targets. Okay, start on target, then transition over.
Stand by.
Yep. 0.49. Okay, let's do one more. Ooh, I overdrove that. Look at that. In D. Okay, let me try it again. 0.47. Nice. Feels good. You want to try it?
Sure.
0.47. That feels good for the transition. Shooter, are you ready? Stand by. Nice. Good. 0.79. Stand by. Very good. 0.57. Damn, okay. National Guard getting after it. You're not allowed to laugh at that joke. Stand by. Dude, nice shooting. 0.66. Very good. So how does that feel transitioning for you?
Light. Like it's
Walked right into that one.
you're not, because you know you do it a lot on a heavier rig with can out front.
Yeah.
This thing is just like it's so small and light. It's super easy.
It feels really good to swing across. And
Yeah.
the one thing I do have to say as well is like the stock on this is really comfortable. And up front here where you have that locking mechanism, I love kind of getting my finger on that. It just feels really good to grip this. You can easily put, obviously, you know, a light or anything on here. There's a bunch of different optic mountings that you can have, but I like the carry handle that they have. It just, if we're going to be honest, it looks like a vibe. When is a carry handle not a vibe?
It's not a thing.
When you
It's
put a
always-
brand new optic on like a, you know, a Black Hawk Down. clone, because it's not a Black Hawk Down clone, right?
It's a Black Hawk up.
We'll do a little steel here. We got about 5 steel right there. Couldn't shoot those. Just super fun and easy to shoot. That one's about 50 right there. Feels good. Now, you might be a Russian invading the eastern seaboard near Washington, D.C., and you got 2 guys needing smoke. We'll do 3 per. See how she runs. I think I did 4. Did I do 4? Yeah. Got a little carried away. Try it one more time. It is a very handy little gun. Obviously, you got a pistol, so you have more recoil that you see with like an MP5K or a more specialized design. But just due to the fact that you can just easily kind of get this thing stowed away is just so nice. I love that. That is just wonderful. So we've done a lot of shooting at this point. Let's do a little bit of talking. We're gonna go ahead and set up in the nice Idaho hills right here and get our guy William from ZEV and sit down and talk about how this came about and some of my impressions on it. So let's get it going.
Frat guy?
Bro, are you kidding me?
Dude, of course this guy's a frat bot.
What are you?
Get out of here.
Who?
ATO.
Oh, I was Sigma Chi.
You would.
Yeah, I mean, you can start walking now if you want to, but no.
Yeah, I've been rolling.
Okay, you've been rolling. Perfect.
G thumb alpha theta. Here we go.
So right here, we're now doing a little bit of talking. We got Will here from ZEV. Do you prefer Will, Willie?
We'll go with Will. Will works.
Has anybody ever called you Will?
Willie?
Yeah.
Mim does sometimes when he yells at me.
Okay.
Get out of here, Willie.
Right here we have the FDP. So this is really cool to me because, of course, you have Magpul involved, obviously, and you have ZEV making the internals for it. So it's a pretty, symbiotic relationship to have the two working together. How long did it take this project to kind of get off the ground and get going?
Oh, so everybody's seen the famous video. It's from like 2008. You have Drake from Magpul, insert clip now, brings out the FMG at SHOT Show, and it was more of a design exercise, a proof of concept for Magpul back in the day. And then a handful of years ago, Magpul and ZEV were kind of rubbing their heads and putting their brains together, and they saw that the MBK, the modular build kit, which at the heart of every OZ9 is built off a frame that is modular. And they're like, man, we could probably bring this FDP project back and make this alive using something along the lines of the MBK. And that's what kicked off the whole project. So
that did it. So when did you guys actually start working on this project?
It was probably 6 years ago when they really started working on it.
I mean, 6 years ago, now we have a fairly well-developed product. At this point, it's been released. You've been releasing batches as soon as you have them ready, and they're just flying off the shelf.
Yeah, they've been flying off the shelves. We've done them. All the batches have been strictly on our website right now, but dealers are going to start getting their allocation this month.
That's awesome. That's wonderful, especially since this video's coming out now.
Oh, here we go, boys.
Here we go. Now, I know there's a couple differences from, the production one. We also have some prototype stuff going on here as well. So let's kind of talk about that. So, kind of opening this guy up. So first off, it just feels so cool opening it up.
Totally.
It is just super awesome. And this guy has about a 7 and a little less than a quarter
7 and some change in there.
It recoils extremely smoothly. I mean, this is essentially about Glock 34 plus some on the length there. So the Glock 34 is already a very light recoiling firearm. And in fact, your version is, what do you call your slide that's like the 34 length?
The OZ9 long slide, or we like to call it the OZ9 long boy.
Do you really call it the long
boy? The OZ9 long boy, and this is the foldy boy. There you have it. It's okay. We're going to get through this together.
We're going to get through. Okay, I'm holding it together. That's already a very light recoiling firearm. You put it in a chassis system like this, and it feels really good. And the one thing I really do have to compliment you guys on is, it feels really comfortable to shoot. It's a very comfortable gun to hold into your shoulder. You got this little nub right here. That's where I'm typically indexing my front finger right there and just pulling that back into me. Stock is nice and wide. Obviously, Magpul, having made stocks for their entire lives, are freaking good at it.
Yeah, they know a thing or two.
So. They know a thing or two. So it's just very comfortable to put together. Collapsing it is super easy. Just that back little strap right there, hitting that down. And then, once we have the slide forward there we go. And then like that, it's just a handy little gun to have. Now, what do you want to tell me about some of the stuff that they're seeing right here? Because I'm sure they'll be interested.
So we'll say this FDP in particular has a very high round count, or around like 40,000 rounds. It's kind of funny. We chose to use this one because it was like the R&D model, and I mean, as you said, like it ran flawlessly out here all day.
It really did. I had like 1 or 2 malfunctions, but we've also been running the dog piss out of this thing all day. It's just been super fun, and like for a gun that's got 40K on it, that's psychotic.
So your FDP out of the box is going to come with a polymer carry handle. What we have on here today is a metal or aluminum carry handle that we cooked up in the shop. It's cut for an aim-point acro. We do have versions of this carry handle that are going to be coming out very soon, and will be on our website. We're going to have an acro cut, an RMR cut, and a pick rail cut. But you know what? Like, honestly, let us know in the comments what other cuts or options you want to see.
Don't ask them. They're going to give you something
Let's open it up. What accessories do you want to see for this guy?
Well, for the first time in my life, now we have to like think about optics in terms of like how comfortable do they feel to
100%. It's like, you gotta look at the footprint, like how small is it overall. You don't want to throw like I mean, you could throw an EOTech on there. People are gonna do that. But
the acro's kind of comfy to grip.
It is it's almost like it was made for the acro. Like, let's be real. Like,
well, the acro certainly doesn't look good on a Glock. Oh my, can I say that? I can say that. A-Point doesn't sponsor me. It kind of looks like a mailbox on a Glock side, but up on this, it looks perfect. It looks beautiful.
Even some of the smaller Holostone optics too, you can throw on there. Like,
we don't talk about Holostone.
Oh, okay. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we can bleep that whole part out.
No, we can keep it so they can hear when you talk shit on China.
Oh, okay.
China, you mean West Taiwan?
Now, on the model that you guys are going to bring out, are you going to have iron sights on it as well?
So we're going to ditch the iron sights. Like, let's be real, it's 2026. It's going to be made for a red dot. You're not going to be using your iron sights.
There's going to be one guy in the comments be like,
that's okay.
Well, actually,
if you're that one guy in the comment, be sure to drop it a gorilla emoji down there.
You're going to get like 50,000
gorilla
emojis. Now, beyond that, are there any other changes that you're making, or is the gun pretty much unchanged beyond that?
The only change, so every version that has been available so far is the non-threaded version. So threaded variants are going to be coming very soon at the end of this month, April. Capital Armory is actually going to be the first exclusive dealer getting the threaded variant. And then for those who have already purchased one, we'll have threaded barrels available on our website. And then furthermore, for the FDP pistol version, we're going to have conversion kits so you can convert your pistol version into an SBR. Those conversion kits will also be available on our website.
Mega-based. That's
for sure.
Awesome. Just get the pistol kit and
ready to rock.
And then, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
This is America, as far as I'm concerned.
Now, these are just standard OZ9 barrels, like Glock barrels in here. So they could, if they had like an extended barrel, they could add that in as well.
I wouldn't. I would leave everything as is. It's basically all proprietary, and you're going to get into some warranty stuff there. Obviously, you have dudes out there that are already dropping in, fun packs on the back of their gun.
Sure.
You're going to, it's, enter at your own risk.
That makes sense there. And again, the gun it's timed very well. It feels very good in recoil. It feels really good in the shoulder. I hate to say it, but in fact, compared to some direct blowback weapons that I've shot, like think about most PCs are direct blowback. This actually feels like less recoil than some direct blowbacks. I think that's just due to the fact that just the long slide, the long boy. God, I hate saying that.
Did you love it? Come on now.
The long boy actually just really helps kill that recoil on it, and it really does feel quite good. Beyond that, I can see that the trigger seems to be a little bit different from your typical Glock trigger. Is this due to the fact that you guys included a manual safety on it, so you're able to do away with some things? Or?
Yeah, and it also has to do with the nature, like the whole platform has to fold up on itself there. So like you got to change the ergonomics or the engineering a little bit to make everything work across the board.
That makes sense. I will say the trigger is really nice. Is this your standard OC9 trigger or OZ9 trigger?
It is not a standard OZ9 trigger.
It feels really clean. Like, what is the brake? Like 4.5 pounds?
Yeah, it's around that. 4.5.
Are you disagreeing with me? Or
no, it really is 4 to 4.5. Yeah,
it feels really good. It's quick, especially for like a striker fired gun. That feels really good. So I really have to give it to you guys on that. And you guys are primarily using, or at least today, you brought in a bunch of the 21 rounders from Magpul.
Correct.
And those fold right up with it.
They do. Yep.
And so you can actually fold this guy up, chamber loaded and everything. That's
100%. Yep.
Keep that safety on, obviously, and you're ready to rock. So just walking the dog and swing that down. That was the official. That was like the old Magpul thing, right? Like walking.
Yes,
your dog.
If you're out walking your dog, flashing your flashlight, and then something pops up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Insert Drake video.
Looks like a flashlight. Walk your dog, take the garbage out, get the mail.
I mean, yeah, certainly here in Idaho, we're running into this
in the man-made hills of Idaho. Thank you for having us out, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. Why do you say man-made?
Because they're I'm pretty sure these are man-made. I don't know.
But boy,
I saw the machines when I flew over here. There's a bunch of dozers. And,
hey, William, thank you so much for coming on. We'll go ahead and kick you out now.
Hey, anyways, one thing I do want to talk about, we have this Pelican 1450 here, and you had mentioned the 21 round magazines that come with it. So when you buy your folding defensive platform, it's going to come in a nice, pretty case, and you're going to open it up, and it's going to have two 21 round PMags from Magpul, and you're also going to have your FDP. That foam was designed specifically to go into a Pelican 1450. So take that foam out, drop it straight into your Pelican 1450, and you have a custom case made specifically
Oh, that's
for
cool as
your
hell.
FDP. Yep.
That's super cool. I love that. That's some forward thinking. ZEV Magpul just kind of getting after it.
Yeah, I know, right? Mim came up with that all on his own, actually. So
when are you guys gonna bring back the Masada?
huh? What's that?
What?
I thought this is America.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't even know what he's talking about, guys. If you would like a Magpul Masada, please email at magpul.com.
Will, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yeah,
for talking with
appreciate it.
everybody.
Thanks
He
for
was
having us
super
out here.
worried about
Yep.
like having a panic attack on.
I mean, yeah, you know.
We did a bunch of cuts, but he's doing great.
Yeah, yeah, we're hanging in there.
Thank you, man. Thanks for coming on. People always like to see kind of the behind the scenes on this. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and let's break this gun down. Let's take a look at it and give you some of my thoughts on it. You know, you give most of my thoughts on it.
I'm literally brain dead right now.
So we've talked with Will at ZEV, and we're gonna go tip to butt on this thing. So the most important thing to know is obviously that we have Magpul with shell, we have ZEV internals. We previously taken some pretty in-depth looks at the OZ9. It's a phenomenal gun. If you guys aren't familiar with them, highly recommend that you do a little bit of research, because as far as kind of Glock offshoots, and I do consider it kind of almost its own little thing at this point, even though a lot of stuff's interchangeable, they're quite good for what they are. So coming out to the end here, of course, we have the new prototyped threaded barrel. The ones that you're likely going to end up getting are just going to be that flat nose barrel, so about the 7 1/4 chain on the length of the barrel. That's great. You're getting some really good velocity. In fact, you're in many cases longer than your typical PCCs that you're seeing on the market that are of the compact variety. Like the MP5K has a ridiculously short barrel. Even though I love the MP5K, just needs to be noted. Now, from there, we get over to the charging handles. So if you come take a look at these charging handles right here, so they're foldable and they fold back in, and they're just attached to that slide right there. So easy to pull back. They're ambidextrous on either side and easy to use. In addition to that, we have some other controls right here. We of course have our slide release right here, and then we have our safety right here. So when you're gripping the gun, the safety is very easy to get to. As you can see, it's kind of recessed in on the mold right there. So your thumb kind of falls right into it. Very easy to actuate. So obviously with your safety on, that gun's not working. Once we're safety off, well, then we're good to go. So obviously, as a left-handed shooter, this might be a little more problematic for you. You're a small percentage of the population. We have our magazine release right here. It's a little bit recessed from the typical mag releases that you see a lot of the times, and it feels really good. The thing I really do have to give it to them for is definitely going to be the trigger. The trigger on this feels really good. So again, this one does have about 40K rounds through it, so a little bit broken in, just a teeny bit, but let's go ahead, put your finger right over mine, a little Unchained Melody there. So once you hit that first wall, you hit about maybe 3-ish millimeters. Then off of that, man, you got about maybe a 3-pound pull, a total of about 4 to 4.5. Resets real, dude, I'd even say maybe 2.5 or so on that trigger pull, because off that reset, that is a nice trigger. They did a really good job with that. Off that reset, there's your reset right there. That is good. Great trigger. They did a great job with that. Of course, we got to load our gun back up. You never know. And I really like this folding carry handle they have right here. You have Picatinny out at the front for a light, whatever you might have. And again, if you do have like your typical X300, it'll be real easy to hit that switch right there. Really no problem at all. They really thought that through. I like the different cuts that they talked about. That's going to be something coming out a little bit later. Maybe it'll be out around this time as well. So that is pretty neat. On the back of the back strap, you have that release right there. And again, with a 21 round mag that fits in there, you can still have one in the chamber, so it's ready to go as soon as you unfold it. On the stock here, here's our button to release it. And that whole thing just folds up. And again, as soon as you're ready, you can just let that thing down and it's just ready to go. The stock kind of the first time kind of looking at it, it looks maybe a little bit goofy, but this whole design has really grown on me. It's a very, I hate to say it, but it looks cool as hell. This is just a really cool looking chassis system right here that just works really well. They thought it through. The stock feels really nice. Again, this particular one has so many rounds through it. You know, when it comes to something like this, you're definitely going to be pushing something in one direction or another. They're going for concealability with this, for a pistol caliber carbine with a great barrel length, ready to go, large magazine size. You've probably seen a lot of different folding Glocks or folding PCCs, but oftentimes they're not ready to go right off the bat. Once you unfold them, you kind of have to slap the mag in, etc. So I really like how it's ready to go as soon as you open it. I think it's a very interesting, very cool design that will definitely work in a lot of different scenarios. If you want a little bit more, you know, firepower, and you can kind of get by with something like this where it just doesn't quite look like your typical firearm. And obviously it looks really obvious to us guys, right? But to your typical person, especially at nighttime, they're probably not going to notice. You'd be surprised at how easy it is for people to overlook things like this. When I used to teach evasion in urban environments, you'd be surprised at how, if it looks close enough, people tend to mind their own business unless, you know, they're old and 90. But the point is, you can definitely get by. If you need a little bit more concealability, we talked about that bag that we showed earlier. There's a lot of different ways to carry this. I could easily see this being in a small backpack as well. This would easily fit into the slot. And one thing that was noted as well is, like, if you've ever pulled like an MP5K, APC-9K Pro out of a bag, it's not the smoothest thing to do. But if you look at this, you see how low profile everything is. All the controls are recessed. There's nothing to snag as you're drawing this out. It's a very good design for what it was specifically made for. So if you're looking for a foldable PCC, I hate to say it, and I don't mean to sound like a shill, but this is pretty damn cool. And in addition to that, it's just a cool gun. This is one of these guns where I'm going to say this is a definite buy. If not simply for the nostalgia of 2008 Magpul, if not simply for the Modern Warfare 3 nostalgia or any number of video games and movies that have had this gun, just through the fact that it's also a very functional firearm beyond that. So a big thank you to both Magpul and ZEV for finally bringing this to the market, because I have been looking to get one of these forever. This is very cool. And here's the thing, is it's really not going to matter if you're not training from it. You saw, as we were shooting this today, you saw our speeds increase as we got more comfortable with the gun. Somebody who trains on this is going to be very good. I don't care if you're carrying this, if you're concealed carrying, please get training, guys. That is what is going to matter the most. Now, beyond that, we really don't have much more for you other than to say, take a look at our Patreon. Patreon has all the coolest clips that you don't want to see. And also, if you want to play a little Battlefield 6 with me and Sawyer right here, we suck. And if you're at that ultra tier, what do we call the ultra tier nowadays?
It's still the ultra tier. They're ultra tier Giga Chads, man.
Let's go. Ultra tier Giga Chads. You get to play some video games on our Discord. It's tons of fun. Every Friday, we have a great time. And you get to have a personal relationship with Sawyer because he just can't say no to friendships. Isn't that right?
That's true, man.
Something about his childhood. Point is, guys, thank you so much for watching. Final thing for you guys is going to be a little bit of dad advice with Will. Will, what is your dad advice for our audience? Do you have any kids, Will?
Don't share problems with people who cannot help you solve them.
Look at that. Wise words.